about it tonight. Mental health and wellness is our guide. Baby, trust me, it's gonna be alright. Grab a tea and come chat with me. The Chocolate Chat with Meka. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you girls doing today?
I am
good.
Oh, my beautiful friends are here with me today. Both of y'all are in Georgia, in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I got my friend, beautiful Miss J, here with me today. Hello, Miss J.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. And all the way from actually Wake Forest, North Carolina, my friend, Miss Mimi Smith. What's going on, Marie?
Hey, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing great. Actually, it's so good to see you ladies. You make my day. I've really been having a terrible few days, and I'm happy to see you two. You guys are my sunshine.
I know, girl. You too. I've been having some rough days too. We're gonna get through.
Look, I need some specialty not specialty, but specialty in a cup.
Yes.
That stuff that warms your inside.
That. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just wanted to go ahead and introduce my friend, Miss Marie Smith. I don't know if you want me to call you Mimi. Is that okay? Or you want me to call you Mimi?
That's fine. That's fine.
Miss Mimi and I have known each other for a very long time. I think I don't even know what year we met. And it's probably what?
I'll say 2008.
Yeah, about 2008.
Something like that.
And we met through some mutual people. I'm not even going to bring them up because I'm already having a bad week. So we're just going to say, don't want to bring up no foolishness.
Right.
Met some people through some people, and we have clicked since the very first day I met her. Like, we've been truly almost inseparable since then. Marie is the one that had the empanada business, Queen of Imp, and she also Miss Entrepreneur, the owner and operator for Divine Occasions too, right? So she has multiple businesses. That's what I'm talking about. I want to be like her.
Right.
Working toward mogul.
Absolutely. Just drag me along. Can I hold on to your coattail?
Yes, you can. You can come, girl.
Hold on to it. Yeah, I know that's for real. Well, I just wanted to say that the vision of the Chocolate Chat with Meka is advocating mental health, wellness, and healing. And it's just a safe place for us to uplift each other and the community. So we just want to entertain as well as educate. It's always important to educate. And today's topic might do a little touching on your heart. It's called Sista. Y'all remember that show with the twins, Tia and Tamara?
Yes.
Kinda.
That was one of my favorites.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, those girls were really close. I think they both were from separate homes, if I'm not mistaken, and they kind of got to know each other, and we got to see them develop their actual friendship as sisters. You know?
Right.
And that's where I got the title from, obviously. So I thought it was a good idea to talk about our sisters. I think all of us are the oldest sisters, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. And then I know, Jade, last time we talked, you said you were the oldest as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mimi. How many siblings do you have?
I have 5 siblings from my mother and then another 4 from my father.
Ooh,
so, yeah, busy, right? But I grew up with my siblings from my mom's side. But yeah, being the oldest is a big responsibility.
It really is. I really didn't think about how much of a responsibility it was. Being the oldest, we get so much weight on us. We are like the second mothers, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Kind of help raise these children.
Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah, so you want to talk about, I think, Maria, if we could briefly discuss like where you grew up and, you know, how it was with you when you grew up with your siblings. You know, what was your role?
Well, when I was growing up, you know, I definitely had a lot of responsibilities when it came to my siblings. I would say maybe around 8-9 years old, you know, responsible for feedings, babysitting sometimes. And it wasn't until we went to live with my grandmother that I realized, dang, I'm going to have to do a lot. You know, I became like their second caretaker because you know, my grandmother had to go to work to now support 5 additional grandkids after she raised her 7. Ooh. So, you know, my siblings and I became really close once we went to live with my grandmother. From my point of view, I felt like we were just all we had. Once our parents, they had their challenges, they didn't raise us. I just felt like we kind of had to come together. That was my goal, to make sure that they always knew that they were protected and loved. And I'm very protective of my siblings. And from that point on, it's just we've always been inseparable. My siblings are very understanding. It's like a non-judgment zone. And when I say we ride for each other, we ride for real. Actually, I call us the Fab Five. So that's the name that I gave us. So, there's nothing that they will ever have to deal with, and I won't be there. Right. And I try to make sure that I've always tried to make sure that they understand, the importance of our relationship, and then our children as well. So, I mean,
and your siblings are kind of spread out a little, right? You got some do you have a brother in California, if I'm not mistaken? Where your brother?
Yep. He was in California. He's retired now, and he's back in Texas. And then I have a brother in Missouri.
And a brother in Missouri. And you have a sister as well in Texas, right?
Yep. My little sister lives in Little Elm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Out of all your siblings, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I think, who do you talk to the most?
My sister, Marquita. Yes, all the time. Me and her mostly talking all the time. So I'm grateful for my relationship with my sister and my siblings. But, I could not imagine my life any other way if we were not close.
Right.
I can only imagine. So even though we've dealt with a lot of things, a lot of challenges, I'm really grateful that out of all of that we have that bond.
That's good. Because a lot of people can't say the same. I have a really weird relationship. I have one biological sister, and we're so different that I think it kind of it's not a barrier. We have an understanding. Like, if I see her, we on like 10, with goofy dancing, laughing, that ignorant laugh that everybody probably like, I wish they'd keep it down. But yeah, we got that. But then, like, we can go a month or so without actually talking, and it's just weird. Like, I don't know. Everybody kind of grows up differently. Jay, right. How was your relationship with your sisters and your siblings growing up?
It's been up and down. For the most part, being the oldest has been very challenging. I'm the oldest out of 7. I grew up with 6 of them in my household, so it was different. The youngest is 19, so we're 20 years apart. So this is where, sometimes we have a strained relationship because we don't see, eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yeah, I would have.
And I'm like, I was the older sibling, but I was never at home. I was working. I was after that money, versus my sister under me was the babysitter. Because I'm like, for me, I gotta go. I know there's no space.
You had to get up, get out, and get
I gotta go 18, baby. I was out of there. So, and then there's like, on the other side of things, you will have your siblings feeling that you left them and not realizing that there's no space for me. You're living in a 3-bedroom house, and there's a lot of us.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, because I used to feel that way. And I feel like with my younger sister, that disconnect was there because she was younger, I was older, and then I had a baby at a young age. So I had even more responsibility, and my mind was in a different place. So, yeah, same thing. My house was crowded too, and I definitely had to go. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be grown. I had, I wanted to not have people telling me when, what, where, how, and I just needed my own space. I went away to college, and once I got a taste of that freedom, I was like, oh no, I can't go back. I can't go back. But my mom was really understanding. Like, even after I had my baby, she wanted me to come and live with her. When I had Ari, she had a room painted all white for me. in yellow. Like I remember a white crib, white, like I don't know what you call a wardrobe with a white dresser and
So
she had
sweet.
spoiled. She bought Ariel a ring and a bracelet and a necklace. I'm talking about we hadn't even left the hospital. She was so spoiled. She was happy for her grandbaby. And as a matter of fact, as the older sibling, I felt the responsibility like, gosh, am I being a bad example for my little sister? Because, well, I was a young mom too. I was 20. And I remember I was in college and I called my mom on the payphone at work. Because I was like, I gotta do this. I was trying to hype myself up. Like, I gotta tell her I'm having a baby. And I was like, oh, she gonna kill me. Oh, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
But I called her. And when I tell you, she said, Meka, is that all? I was like, what do you mean? I looked at the phone. I said, hello, Elaine? What do you mean, is that all? She's like, girl, you 20 now. You know, she's like, that's on you. She's like, you were very responsible. You hold yours down. She's like, I think you'll be a great mom and I'll help you in any way I can. And that was just a surprise to me because, you know, I was raised in that strict, beat your behind household Christian, you know. So it was just interesting to me how she was like, okay, well, and Shalada was very spoiling my sister. She spoiled my baby too. So it was just like, you know, I had a lot of support to have my daughter. And like I said, Auntie Lala was always there. She still is my sister. Like, you know, she just has a heart to give. Anything she can give or help with, she definitely does. But like I said, our relationship is just very interesting how we don't talk all the time, but when we do talk, we kind of get right back to where we were, if you get it. So, ladies, I found in an article called Things That Happen When Your Sister Is Your Best Friend. So today I'm going to just talk about positive things because we all know that relationships can get toxic with your sisters because they can shape your bad, like the bad memories that you have can come along with, you know, your sister also. You know, if you had a terrible childhood, you know, you might have that bond, that trauma bond as well. This article on elitedaily.com had a few things that I thought were interesting regarding sisters. And it said, you feel so much pride for her. We are her number one fan, and she is your number one fan. Do you guys find that your sister supports you in your endeavors and things that you do? You like hype you up? I know Marie, you definitely have a sister. Marquita, she's your number one.
Definitely she does. I have an event coming up soon and she's been sending me everything to buy, you know, and I'm just like, oh, thank you for the help, you know. So yeah, definitely.
So nice. How often do you talk to your sisters and your family, brothers and sisters, I should say, Miss J?
Gosh, why you have to ask me that? Oh my God. Wow. When we're good, we can talk every day. And right now, I feel like, you know, it's not the best moments. I feel like we talk when needed to be. But that's that.
But I know you. I'm going to say this for the record. If anything, if they call her and say, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Marie, she getting on a plane. She gonna row her boat until she gets to her siblings and her family.
And that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I realized over time, being overprotective was damaging to my relationship with my siblings versus it being, you know, helpful and protecting them. Not always being overprotective is a good thing. So that's what it is. It's just the lack of understanding. I was out there. I've been in the streets, and you know, I knew
been there, done
what
that.
was going on. So me protecting them and trying to, it didn't do any good. They think I was too strict or mean.
Yeah,
I think my sister feels the same way. She kind of keeps a lot of things from me because she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, 100.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You can't, and then I'm gonna cuss you out. You can't tell me anything.
Yes, she will. For the record. Jay, you ain't had to cuss me out yet, but if you do, I'll take it in love.
I know, because you know what? Like, listen, I'll be quick to cuss people out.
It's just because you love them. It's just because you love them.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's weird to me. Like, never, ever. Not even a little bit.
My God. That's
Like,
okay.
you know, one time, like, you know, I might have been like, you know, cussing out her baby daddy out. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
He's like, I gotta go back home to that.
Nope, that's just my baby daddy. I don't know nothing
Right.
about that.
And you know how some of my baby mamas feel about their baby daddy. They can't talk to their baby daddy anyway. You know,
That's
you ain't
so
gonna
true.
talk to my baby daddy like
You
that.
know what? That's one person I gotta give you is Sherrod. I'll row my boat for him. That's my dude. Like, we just got that School of the Arts friendship, you know, before anything. So you two, I gotta say, I'll give it to both of y'all. I really support both of you no matter what, because y'all have been great to me and my kids, and I just, real is real. So I just stay out of it and love y'all for me.
She might have been
In my lane, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the second one says you're not going through the same stuff at the same time, so you can be objective. Janelle, you were talking about that, Miss J. You said that sometimes you were like basically the age difference. You've been there, you've done that, so you went through different stages of life at different times. So you can give he or she, your sibling, some advice and say, no, don't do it. You know, and they get mad at you.
They get mad. They get defensive. They think they're different. Like, nah, have fun. We all the same, okay?
Isn't that funny?
Nobody's excused, okay?
That is so true.
They think they're so smart and they got it all figured out.
Yes.
But we all thought we were
somewhere.
smart. Didn't we all think we knew everything at like 2021?
No.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't.
You did, Marie?
I don't remember that.
Not
You
me.
had a whole
I
baby.
always listen. I always learn from my friends because I was so naive. So I would just watch. And I was like, that's why I never had a baby early, because my friends did. And I was like, ooh, no.
I didn't have. Well, actually, my two friends that I did hang around, my friend Francine and Bernadine, they were sisters. They both had babies early, but I didn't think I got that from them. Like, it was like, oh, let me be like them and have a baby.
Yeah.
I thought in my mind I could handle it, I guess. You know, like, it'd be okay. I don't know what was going on in my mind. Bless my heart. I should have been focusing on my education and sure that things would be set. So no matter what happens, I will be okay. But not my mind told me, you're grown, you can do this. You know, I was real slow. Obviously, real slow. Bless my heart. So the other thing that they said was you bond over the weird and aggravating things your family does. So some things may be too embarrassing to share with your friends. So you can complain and bond over family drama.
Absolutely.
I caution a lot of like, girl, get your mother, honey. She chirping again.
No, I love that. I feel like any situation, especially drama like that, we definitely can't share outside of our family.
Yeah.
Right. We will call each other on recording, video, everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we be talking about my daddy.
So you talking about your daddy, I'm talking about my mama.
Oh, right.
Love you, Mom.
Look, we all talk about each other.
Right.
So the other one says you have different personalities, but you learn from each other. Now that is so true. Especially when it comes to me and my sister. She is something else compared to me being a whole square. Like a lot of things I just didn't have interest in, or like just waited later in life to do. And Shalada was like, let me get it. Oh, let me do. Oh,
yeah.
Partying, you know. And I'm just like, no, how could you? You know, it's weird.
That's the wild one. There's always a wild one.
And you had that too. Did you have a sister that was a little bit wilder than y'all?
I would say there were some things that my little sister did that I didn't do, but if I had to choose, I would say I was one of the wild ones. I don't know if I was the wildest one. I'm not going to say that, but I did a lot of stupid shit.
That's all right.
Excuse me. But I did a lot of stupid things. And when I look back on it, I'm like, dang. Wow. But I'm not going to say that I was the wildest, but I was pretty wild.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you own that. I mean, some of us are in denial, but you own it, so I respect it. So, she knows your darkest secrets and most shameful habits. Your sister does?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Miss J? Not really.
No.
She's like,
They
no,
don't know
absolutely
shit about
not.
me. Yeah, they don't know shit.
Look. Kind of, I guess you could say. I mean, she did past tense, but now I don't know. I don't want to tell you. Kind of shameful.
You know what? The older we get, the more common sense we have, and we learn that everything don't need to be told.
We don't listen. I just ain't telling nobody.
You get
judged.
That's how you stop rumors from spreading.
And judgment. You know, because we have our dumb moments or certain things that we just was like, gosh, I was tripping or whatever the case is. We just like, nah, I don't think they need to know all that because I don't want them to look at me differently. Number one, as the older sister, we have a rep to maintain, you know. So, let me see. Your relationship can be bipolar. I skipped one, but your relationship can be bipolar. Do you have those, like you said, Miss?
Yes.
Some days y'all get along. Sometimes you like, ugh.
It'll be months. It'll be some months we get along, and then next month we ain't talking. You know, so it'll be like that. I feel like me and my sister, the one behind me, are the closest, but we also have a strained relationship. So. We're different. We're the opposite.
Okay. Just
like you and Lotta, like we're just like that. I was the partier and she's the quiet one. She will read her books. She had the same circle of friends. I have a bunch of friends.
She sounds like me.
You know, it's just really, really, really different, right? So we never partied together. We never went out.
You know, me and my sister just went out for the first time, I think.
That's what we will do.
Oh. Well, my sister and I didn't really go out much together either because she had her set of friends and I had mine. And we went out for her 40th birthday. She was in New York still before she moved down to Savannah. And it was crazy because we was both like dancing all hard and everything, having a good time. And I'm like, gosh, we haven't really done this as sisters. That's interesting to me. Like, we did not party together. I'm the oldest, and I took that role seriously. Apparently, like I really didn't like play around. You know,
same.
Crazy. I'm a square. I need to loosen up some now that I'm thinking about it. Bless my whole heart.
Right.
So the last one I'm going to read off this list because there's a whole bunch, and I just figured we'll just narrow it down so we can move on. It said that you two are telepathic. She knows when you're upset or vice versa. Do you get that, Marie, with your sister? Because she can kind of tell. Because y'all talk all the time. Because I would hear your voice and say, "Hey, what's going on with you, Marie? You sound like you're upset or whatever."
Yeah, us two are definitely like that. She, she knows if she calls me and if I don't answer the phone for days at a time, I'm definitely in the mood where I don't want to talk. But I promised my sister that I wouldn't do that no matter how bad things are. And I really try not to do that. But she, same thing for me. Like sometimes if I don't hear from her, I'm just like, okay, I need to call and check on her because she's probably going through something. It's just an instinct sometimes. So yeah, us two definitely have that.
I don't have that at all. I don't know what's going on with my sister, to be honest. I don't know. We just
honestly it could be just the fact that she's the youngest. I think sometimes when you're the oldest and then the youngest sister, it's sometimes just this weird, like the relationship is just different when it comes to bigger sister and older sister, because my youngest sister, she was totally opposite than me. She was always so serious at times, and I'm just like, loosen up. There's certain things she wouldn't like to talk about. She didn't like to talk about sex, and I'm just like, well, what are we supposed to talk about? Because let's talk about all that stuff, So it was just like a straight line with her, but I think she kind of liked to do that with her friends. She didn't feel comfortable doing it with me and my sister so much, which is weird to me, but hey, that's the way she wanted it. I respect it. So, it is what it is.
So Marie,
Girl,
what
my sister's trying to play like she's a virgin. I'm like, okay.
Oh, really? How old is
to the grave. Okay.
How young is she?
She just turned 19.
Oh, so
She
she
might
might
be.
be then.
She might be.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If I show you a picture of her, no. No, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
No.
Let her have it. Let her have it. She's a
Yeah,
virgin.
we'll let her have it.
She's Jane the Virgin. So Marie, not to dampen the mood, but you had a young sister that I got an opportunity to hang out with a couple of times. We went on some trips and stuff, and her name was Andrea. How do you pronounce? I say Andrea. There's always
Andrea.
accents. Andrea,
Mhm.
and she passed away, and we, I wasn't very, very close to her, but I did get to meet her. How have you been since that? Like, what happened when you passed away? When she passed away, rather. How has your mental health been since that? We got about 10 minutes. It's counting down to.
Oh, it broke me down. That was like the biggest loss that I've ever felt. And it's mainly because we're all so close, and I used to take care of my sister. She's on my hip, and it was, but it also woke me up in a lot of ways. I started pouring myself into my business during that time because, months and months had gone by, and I was like, okay, I want to try to start coming out of this. I felt like the world was moving on. Even though I was still in pain, I felt like everything around me should have stopped, the people, and that's just not the way life worked. And so, it still hurts, of course, but it made me feel like I'm really just dealing with this by myself. My kids didn't understand that pain. I felt like my friends didn't really understand, like none of the friends around me that I know have ever lost a sister.
Right.
So I felt like the only ones that understood were my siblings, but I know they were in their moments too. So, someone told me that, Marie, this road may just be a road for you to walk alone, and everybody can't always be there to walk with you through everything,
Right.
especially when you lose somebody. So, when she told me that, it resonated with me. So, like I said, I started pouring myself into my business, putting that sad energy into something else that I love. And look, it's been growing, and I'm grateful, and I miss my sister every day. But, I have to just realize that death happens, like it's going to happen all the time. And, it did change my life. It did in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of motivated you. You kind of figured life is too short, so you got to handle your business right now.
Right.
You take it as that as some momentum for you. So
It was.
yeah.
It was.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about what you can do if you want to reach the chocolate chat with Meka. You can email me at the chocolate chat with Meka at Gmail. I'm sorry, the chocolate chat at gmail.com. You can reach me on Facebook, instant message me. You can call us at 585-397-7247. We're on YouTube, y'all. And we are on Facebook and Instagram and also Twitter. So you can just look us up, Chocolate Chat with Meka, and we will get back to you with any questions or concerns, comments, any show ideas, anything you're interested in. Email them to me. I will definitely bring it up if I think it's going to be worthwhile. We definitely could talk about it. And I do want to hit y'all with a couple affirmations to make you feel something. Sometimes we need a little bit of word of encouragement, don't we? So the first one I have says, I am getting better and better every day. So I think that's true, because the older we get, the wiser you should be getting, right?
Right.
Right? You should be learning something every day. So the next one says, I embrace learning something new every day. Now, I can't all the way agree with that. I try to learn some things here and there, but I think life is a lesson. Yeah. I've been learning how to get my drill, y'all, and start putting some stuff up, hanging things up, putting bunk beds together and stuff. And I'm starting to feel confident enough to do those things and not wait on somebody else to do them. So I'm starting to feel a little bit
like a man. Like, we ain't waiting on a man to do that. No, we ain't waiting on a man to do that.
Well, I thank you ladies for being here with me on the Chocolate Chat with Meka. The next time we record, I think I want to go ahead and talk about relationship PTSD. Now, we don't have to talk about only men. We could talk about just girlfriends, having those toxic friends that hurt our hearts, like really hurt our feelings, and you never talking to that heifer again. You know what I'm saying?
I got some stories.
I would definitely love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. I believe Mr. Namani is going to be on the next one. I told him I just want to do the ladies this time because we talk about sisters, and I know he has sisters, but I just wanted us to have a little chat with the ladies this time. So think about it. Relationship PTSD. Sometimes I was telling somebody that there's this guy that tried to talk to me and he looked like somebody I used to talk to. So I would not talk to him because I was traumatized from that man. Right. So I'm like, gosh, he reminds me too much of this guy that I used to talk to. That song, You Remind Me, like by Usher. And it's crazy. It was crazy because I was like, he's not the same person. I shouldn't put them in the same group.
Right. But it's kind of hard if he looks like him,
A lot like him. I'm totally scarred from this person. So I definitely will not talk to anybody that looks like him again. And also I've had friendships where I've had these girlfriends who kiss you, hug you, tell you they love you, and baby, they can't stand your living breath. Nor can they jealous of you or like try to compete with you. So we're going to talk about all of that next week on Relationship PTSD. And I just want to wrap this up by saying, grab your tea, come chat with me, the Chocolate Chat with Meka, and y'all have a wonderful day.
All right. Bye.